All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the October 9th City Planning Commission. I am Rob Martin, the Service Safety Director. I am on the commission. The mayor was unable to join us this morning, so you get me. So, Jacob, roll call whenever you're ready.
Okay. Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mr. Trombley?
Here.
Mr. Inbody?
Here.
Mr. Klinger?
Here.
All right, thank you. Anyone in the audience that anticipates or plans to speak for or against any of the agenda items, would you please stand and be sworn in? Okay.
Okay. Do you affirm that all the testimony and evidence you're about to give in a case before this commission this day will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and will conform to the facts of the case and the rules of this commission? This you affirm under the pains and penalties of perjury. Please say I do.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, I have the approval of the September 18th City Planning Commission minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
And I second.
And I have a comment.
Oh,
Okay,
Sorry.
I was waiting for that. Go ahead.
Under item, which item is it here? Under application number 2, we have a motion made by Carrie, and then we have a second listed by Carrie.
oh, good catch.
So, and Matt, there was one thing in here where you were going to wanted to talk to the law director, and I didn't know if you wanted to make comment on that or not. You were going to. This was on the on the discussions for application number 3.
What was that in regards to?
The time limits for construction. And I know it says Mr. Let's see, that you wanted to discuss with the law director about the ways to interpret this section for projects without a permit. It's on the second page of that, but
Talking about item number 3.
yeah, on item number 3.
Yeah.
Beyond that, without going
Sure.
through the rest of it, I don't remember.
We can. I did not speak to the law director yet.
Okay.
The law director is in attendance. I don't know if we want to have that discussion or not.
Okay, I talked to you later about that, but the one thing was the motion in the second.
Yeah.
Jacob, do you have record of, can you go back and confirm?
Yeah, there's a recording of it. I can
Okay.
go back and fix that.
So we'll make that revision, so thank you. So we have a motion and a second. Any other further comments or discussion? All right, all in favor of approval, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. All right, they are approved. Thank you. We do not have any old items on the agenda. New items, application number for site plan review SP09-2025 filed by Reinhardt Enterprises is on number 1 on the agenda, and that was emailed us that they requested for that to be removed from the agenda. So just for the record, it is being removed today. So we'll move on to number 2, application for site plan review SP10-2025 filed by Blanchard Valley Center to review campus-wide improvements for the school located at 1700 East Sandusky Street. CPC staff comments.
So the request is located on the north side of East Sandusky Street, about a quarter mile west of the intersection with Bright Road. This parcel is zoned R1 large lot residential. To the west is a neighborhood of the R1 large lot residential. To the east, there's some C1 local commercial parcels, Brinkman's and recycling. The campus is not located within the 100-year floodplain, and the City of Findlay land use plan designates the parcel as a civic use. Parcel history: the parcel has been the site of the Blanchard Valley Center since 1970. Staff analysis: the Blanchard Valley Center is requesting several small site plan changes to their campus. This includes the 350 square foot sunroom addition on Graff Hall, a new vestibule and generator on Angus Hall, a proposed canopy connector above the walkway between the school age and the operations building. A proposed 5,590 square foot building addition on the operations building to be used as a training space, and a proposed 917 square foot addition on the maintenance building, which will feature a new bay at the north end of the building. So kind of on this drawing, I tried to put some arrows so that you guys could see this is that new building, this is the addition, the connector. I believe that's the sunroom, and then that's the vestibule. So all the additions are really on the interior of the site, and none of these new additions are encroaching on existing setbacks for the site. Height of the additions are all under 20 feet, which are below the maximum in that R1 district. So our staff recommendation, we recommend approval of the site application for site plan review SP-10-2025 filed by the Blanchard Valley Center to review campus-wide improvements for the school located at 1700 East Sandusky Street.
Engineering.
No real concern since it's pretty much all on private property. If you guys are needing additional water taps or anything like that, just make sure you get the proper permits, but it looks like you're pulling off all the existing buildings. That's what I figured, but no concerns.
Fire prevention.
We just want to be sure they get all the proper permits for the construction/remodel.
Okay. Thank you. So the recommendation is as stated. CPC state staff recommends approval of application for site plan review SP 10-2025 filed by Blanchard Valley Center to review campus-wide improvements for the school located at 1700 East Sandusky Street. Would the applicant or representative like to come up and discuss this? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Brett with RCM Architects, acting as an agent on behalf of the Blanchard Valley Center.
You want to just give a high-level overview, and then it might prompt a question or two, and we'll move.
Let me go back to Jacob's notes here. Yes?
Yes, sir, they are.
As Jacob pointed out, we have a 350 square foot sunroom that is going to be added to the south side of Graff Hall. It extends approximately 8 feet out from the existing wall and goes the length of that area of the building. We have a vestibule to help improve winter heating and summer air conditioning as people come in and out of the building here. One of the things that is not included that was just added as part of this project is a similar vestibule at the east or the west end of Aibling. So when we submit drawings for the actual permit, we will include that information within that. Down here is the addition to the maintenance garage, or in essence, it's an extra bay that they're adding to the north end of that. This right here is an open air connector. So if you remember approximately 10, 15 years ago at Findlay High School, they had the old canopy that kind of acted as a dry spot in a rain event for kids as they traverse the front facade of the school. Similar situation here. It is only connected to the operations and training center. It is not physically connected to the school age building. Move the mouse, Matt. Thank you. In working through preliminary building reviews and code analysis with Wood County, the architects ran into some issues with firewalls and fire suppression issues, and so the buildings are not physically connected. There is a gap in between there. And then the last area is approximately a 5,600 square foot addition to the north side of the operations and training building. This will have a small drop-off area out here in the parking lot as this work is reconfigured in this area here, and all of the sidewalks as they come between the playground and the north side of the new addition will all be redeveloped and refined as they connect to the west and then south towards the canopy here. Originally, when the project was sent to you, there were 2 other items that have since been removed from the project, so I just want to talk about that a little bit. We had looked at the idea of adding approximately 7 to 9 parking spaces on this north side of Graff Hall. Those were to be used for a lot of the vans that currently park in this area right now. But through analysis, we ran into some issues with some floodplain requirements in that area. We could not cut, we could not fill, and as a result, it ended up being about a 10% slope down that hillside. And in the winter, knowing the clients and everyone that would be using that, we deemed that to be an unsafe situation, so we nixed that from the project. And the other idea, or the other item, is there's an existing fuel tank right about here. It's 2 older tanks that house diesel and unleaded gasolines for use within their campus, whether it's lawnmowers, whether it's vans, or whatever. We had originally looked at new tanks in this area here and a gas station-like canopy to go over that so the operator could stay dry in inclement weather. Costs ended up becoming too prohibitive for that, so that ended up being nixed. We are still removing the existing gas tanks here, but they are currently studying the idea of credit card use with off-campus refueling stations. So as of right now, there is no intention to add those fuel tanks back to the campus.
Are those above ground?
They are.
Okay.
And the new generator is
Oh, yes.
going, is it right
Here.
right there? And there's
Yep.
new fencing being put around there as well?
Correct.
Okay.
And I believe that's a underground natural gas fed
Yeah.
generator. So there's no
No
diesel
fuel.
trucks coming
Yeah,
or going
coming
or
to it.
refueling it.
Any discussion from the commission?
Just one thing, Brett. These are still residential centers, aren't they?
They are.
Okay. And this is your operations training center, and you're just adding an additional training room basically to that?
It's a training room that'll have improved AV for public meetings and whatnot. And I believe there is about 6 or 7 offices that they're adding to that area as well.
Okay.
Is there anyone here would like to speak for or against this project in the audience? I guess no one got sworn in, so you can still get sworn in if you choose to. Okay, figured I'd ask. Anything else from the commission?
The other thing I will point out is we are, as ongoing maintenance, all of the asphalt parking lots through here are all being resealed and restriped. And this is concrete, and this is being restriped as well. The bus lane over here and the parking lot are all being refurbished, basically resealed and restriped as part of an ongoing project that was already permitted earlier this year.
Okay. Always like to see continued investment in structures in the community. So I don't have any questions or concerns with this, and it sounds like there are no others. So I would make a motion to approve make a motion to approve as was recommended.
I'd second.
All right. Jacob?
Mr. Martin,
Aye.
Mr. Trombley,
Aye.
Mr. Embody,
Aye.
Mr. Klinger.
Aye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett.
All right. The third on the agenda, application for special review, SR 01-2025, filed by the City of Findlay to discuss the repeal and replacement of the Findlay flood damage reduction regulations.
So Eric's going to be the expert on this, so I'll read through his notes here, but he's going to be the person to ask the questions of, because regional planning didn't really have too much input on it. So so the CPC, I'll let people mill out here real
Yeah,
quick.
you're good.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good day. Thank you.
All right, so the CPC is being presented with a draft of the City of Findlay's updated flood damage reduction regulations. This ordinance is a full repeal and replacement of the city's existing floodplain management provisions. The process to prepare this ordinance was carried out in direct coordination with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, or ODNR. ODNR provided the model code framework, reviewed our proposed local standards, and approved the draft before it was brought forward for consideration. This update ensures that Findlay remains in compliance with the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP. Compliance with NFIP is essential to maintain property owners' eligibility for federally backed flood insurance, reduces long-term risk and damage from flooding, and strengthening public safety and community resilience. It is important to note that the required provisions of the ODNR model cannot be reduced or altered. The city has already incorporated its higher standards through this review process with ODNR. Any substantive modifications to the code would need to be resubmitted to ODNR for review and approval before adoption. By moving this forward, the City of Findlay will formally replace its outdated flood code with the modern ODNR approved version that reflects both state and federal standards, as well as Findlay's higher local standards.
Thank you. Can we have our subject matter expert across the aisle add any comments, just so it's on the record for the commission?
No, the biggest thing is this came about during our community assessment visit. This was one of our outstanding items, that our code was outdated and it wasn't up to date with the state model. So this will bring us into compliance with the NFIP requirements with FEMA to continue to have insurance for our residents. This probably went on for about a 2-year period, working closely with the ODNR to get our higher standards back into the code. So they did review it. And this is the final product that you guys received. The items in red are our higher standards in that code. And for the next, I think it's a 30-day window, we'll have to put it online, but it will stay with that red so everybody can see what our higher standards were. But there's not too many big modifications on our end. The bigger modifications were on the state level, where they improved some definitions, some enforceability, and some other standards that weren't in place back in 2006 when the model was originally created. The new model was updated in 2019. So this just brings us into compliance. More regulatory than anything else.
I don't have any comments. I just had a question. The floodplain zoning administrator, I'm assuming that's you. Who is the mutual aid floodplain administrator?
That would be me for the city.
Both titles.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but that never really comes in place. It's just in there in case somebody in Ottawa or somebody's dealing with flood, we can supply mutual aid to their city.
Okay.
I had a couple of questions. Under item 9 in the definitions, it talks about buildings, anything with the walls or columns supporting a roof. Is that intended to cover sheds too, or is it just habitable structures?
So we added it to be any structure that's like actual building. So, and that was added by us to the model, and they agreed with the wording.
Does it need any further definition though, as far as shed type
Nope.
structures?
We had some things in there, and state took it out.
Oh,
And they
okay.
said it wasn't necessary.
Then a couple pages back on floodway number 26. I understand what the floodway is, but should there also be a floodplain area defined?
Floodplain is defined earlier in the definition section. Are you saying 20? So 26 is floodway. So that's a state. That's a state definition.
Right.
And then the flood. I think it was something that they had in there, and they took it out. We had it in red. They didn't want it in there.
Okay. Okay.
That might be on 20, the flood hazard boundary map. That map. would
Yeah,
probably
so
show
it's
the
not
floodplain.
specifically a floodplain.
okay.
Kyle's right on that. Yep.
So what's the next steps for this to be approved?
So it'll go to P&Z committee, and then it'll go to council
For council.
for 3 readings. And then typical ordinance, 60 days after that, it'll be adopted in the city. Hopefully by January 1st, it'll be effective. And then we'll be in compliance with the National Flood Insurance Program and check that box off that list for what we were dinged.
Well, I'd make a motion to recommend approval of the, what we're officially calling it.
Would it be considered the
Special
revised,
review.
updated?
Yeah.
Yeah. The updated flood reduction
The agenda
legislation.
item.
Look for my agenda to see what it was officially called. The approve the application for special review.
I'll second that. Any other further discussion? Okay. Jacob?
All right. Mr. Trombley,
Aye.
Mr. Embody,
Aye.
Mr. Klinger,
Aye.
and Mr. Martin.
Aye. All right. See nothing else on the agenda. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.